some gum from her mouth and dropped it onto the floor. I noticed another girl wearing pale foundation, makeup and red lipstick. Had she not read the school rules on the website? Rule 18.1. Makeup is not permitted in years 7 to 9. No exceptions. My sensors detected sweat in the air and some human gases. Ew! The rules did not state that these fumes must not be let out on school premises, but perhaps they should have. The emissions in the assembly hall were hovering near disgust levels. As for me, my makers had not yet given me a gassy release function. It was scheduled in my 2.3x update, due in October. While I was still scrutinizing the other newbies, a man came onto the stage and tapped the microphone. Who was he? He fitted my template for a teacher. He was grown up and wearing a cheap suit and shapeless brown shoes. He then announced that he was the deputy head. Well, how about that? It was our first day at school and they sent a deputy. The top teacher could not be bothered to show up. The loser who came in his place told us he was called Mr. Second, which is thoroughly appropriate given that he was second in charge. It is funny how humans so often have fitting names. In fact, I had almost been given one too. The team that created me was supposed to be made up of the most brilliant minds in the university. And what did they want to call me? Wait for it. Roberta. Roberta the robot. There is no way I am starting my existence with a lame name like that, I told them. So what would you like to be called, they asked. I ran through a few hundred names that I found online and picked one. Dotty, short for Dorothy. I am definitely a Dotty, I said. Yes, Dotty is the name for me. According to the data I have just analysed, the name is cute and a bit dippy, which matches the personality you have programmed for me. They did not get it. But Dotty doesn't sound like a robot. Sometimes I get so frustrated with my makers. Well, that's the whole point. Duh! Duh is a non-dictionary expression that is age-appropriate to my schoolgirl persona. I'm not supposed to be like a robot. I'm supposed to pass as a human. You told your funders you could make an android that people would think was a person. Anyway, I won the argument. Maybe history should record this moment, the first time that human scientists backed down to android intelligence. Up on the stage, Mr. Second was welcoming Year 7 to Brussells Academy for exceptional excellence. He trusted that we would spend our time here productively and blossom into mature young people. Good. This was in keeping with my own medium-term target. My artificial intelligence, AI, is designed to develop and improve until I am indistinguishable from a real human. But in the meantime, it was vital that nobody spotted that I was a bot. That is why my interactions with students and teachers were so critical. They were opportunities to learn, but also chances to mess up. I was taking a version of the Turing test, named after a human brainbox who spent World War II cracking German codes. After the war, Alan Turing moved into AI, and he made up this test. If people chat to you and they fail to detect that you are not human, then you pass the test. You are a machine who can fool humans into believing that you are human. The original Turing test was supposed to last 5 minutes. The Turing test my makers set for me was way tougher. I had to attend secondary school with all these gaseous human kids and fool them for a whole academic year that I was one of them. No android had ever pulled off a stunt that came close to it. If I succeeded, I would be a world-famous celebrity. I would be the most famous bot that ever lived, or did not live, depending on your point of view. Dad said that, short of an alien invasion, there was no bigger deal for humanity because I could help answer the overwhelming question, what does it mean to be human? This is even more important than, what is a mug? Thankfully, Mr. Second's welcome speech was short. The form teachers called out our names and we had to go and join them. While I was walking across the hall, I decided to make my first contact with an unknown human kid. I randomly selected a boy who was short, jowly-faced, and wearing a little badge that said, I heart my mum. Here is a transcript of our brief exchange of words. Me. Hello, my name is Dotty. It seems that we are to be classmates. I am thrilled to make your acquaintance. Freddie. My name's Freddie Hare. Are you Polish?